New this hour, President Biden is set to visit Maui Monday to meet with local officials and survivors of the deadly wildfires there. Comes as the search operation's moving forward, but at a very slow and methodical pace. Officials say by now they've confirmed more than 100 deaths, but hundreds more remain missing.
As survivors begin to return home, many say they're frustrated with the lack of help from the government. Jessica Kartalija joins us now from Maui with more. So what will President Biden's visit to the island of Maui mean to residents at this point?
Yeah, good morning, Wendy and Errol. So, yes, having him here, he will meet with FEMA officials. He will also meet with first responders, as well as people who lost loved ones in the fire, and will tour the damage. Now, he has pledged support, and he said that he will pledge federal support for as long as it takes to get things back up and running, which we know could take years. So it's unclear. We'll have to wait and see what he says once he gets here. But it had been unclear until, just about an hour ago when he and Dr. Biden would come, and they will be here Monday.
And we hear the waves there crashing behind you. Just a reminder of, the unique topography of Hawaii and how unusual this type of disaster is in a place like that. How are the recovery efforts going now, more than a week beyond when the blaze ripped through the place?
Well, Errol, some 1,300 people are still missing, and you see on everyone's faces when you're walking around Maui just how devastating this is. People don't have any idea where their loved ones are. They're missing their pets, and people just keep saying they're unaccounted for. They can't face the reality of what may be that their family members have perished in the fire. So the big challenge here is they have these cadaver dogs, but the burn was so hot that it's very difficult to sift through those remains. And then on top of that, you have the toxic air that is over there at the scene, as well as possibly contaminated water. So these are all things that they are trying to deal with here. And the process is very slow going. And the police chief keeps saying, we're doing all of this recovery with respect and what they call aloha. So they're trying to respect the dead. This is now hallowed ground where these people have perished.
Now, as you kind of mentioned, most victims have not been identified yet. So is there any kind of timeline on when the families are going to get some closure?
No, and Wendy, that's all that they can ask for at this point, right? As I mentioned when we first started talking, they just keep saying that, we haven't found them and that they are missing. So this weekend, we know that a big storm is headed this way, and that will only make this recovery process even more difficult. So there is no timeline, unfortunately, and I think that the impact that this is going to have mentally is significant. Additionally, we learned this morning that there may be several children who are among the victims. This happened, parents had left for work, school happened to be canceled that day. The students were supposed to be going back to school that week, and they postponed it because the weather was so warm. There were some fires throughout the island, and I think there will be lots of unfortunate stories to come out of this.
And Jessica, one thing that's jumped out to me in listening to local residents, I saw a clip of a woman complaining that tourists were still coming along and playing in the same waters where where people perished, right? There's a hollowed ground now. What should people know who are still thinking of at least going on the trip they already booked or planning a trip to Maui?
Right. So it's really a conundrum, Errol, because they rely on these tourism dollars. So I spoke with someone in the hotel industry today, and he said, the challenge here is that we need those rooms for residents, right, who have been displaced, and we need the tourists to stay away. Also out of respect that, we've seen people on vacation here, and you've heard people say, oh, my vacation was ruined. Like, people's lives are ruined here. Yeah. These are the stories that need to be told, these victims. And, the vacation, that's neither here nor there. At the same time, as much as they're affected by the tourists who are coming over, they need that money. And so we've seen employees in the hospitality industry that are still coming to work that are missing their family members. But they say, look, I need the cash, I need the paycheck, and I have to be able to sustain myself. So, yeah, right now they're saying, please hold off if you can, reschedule your plans, but eventually they're going to need the tourists to come back.
Jessica Kartalija, thank you so much.